everybody, it's Kat, and today I'm talking about A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. It's the sequel to A Court of Thorn and Roses. Sorry if it's spoilerish this video, but I'm afraid since it's a sequel I don't really want to have to toe the line of spoilers, so I'm warning you now. If you haven't read the first book, yeah, I mean, it's fast paced, even though it's really long, it's still really fast paced. There's action, there's tons of romance, and there's just generally so much kickassery, as I want to say, going on that you will not regret reading it. And even if you didn't like A Court of Thorn and Roses, you will like this, because I didn't like the first book that much and I really enjoy this, so I really think you should go and read it now. Read it now before it's too late. No, it's never too late to read this. So in this one, Feyre is immortal. After rescuing her lover Tamlin from a wicked fairy queen, she returns to the Spring Court possessing the powers of the High Fae. But Feyre cannot forget the terrible deeds she performed to save Tamlin's people, nor the bargain she made with Rhysand, High Lord of the feared Night Court. As Feyre is drawn ever deeper into Rhysand's dark web of politics and passion, war is looming, and an evil far greater than any queen threatens to destroy everything Feyre has fought for. She must confront her past, embrace her gifts, and decide her fate. She must surrender her heart to heal a world torn in two. Man, that's enough to make you want to read it, isn't it? I was pleasantly surprised by it. So many people rated it 5 stars and raved about it when it first came out. I felt like every chapter was relevant. There wasn't really much in it that could have been taken out. To be honest, the sex scenes could have been taken out, especially the one with Tamlin. I'll go through what I did like and then what I didn't like. Actually, I think what I should do is go through what I didn't like, because it's a lot shorter than... So what I didn't really like in this was Tamlin. I didn't like the way he was treating Feyre, and how she, rightly so, she's immortal now and she's a fae, and she has these powers that she doesn't know that she has. She needs the training, and Tamlin refuses to let her train, refuses to let her out of the damned house, doesn't let her go anywhere with him and Lucian. He does a spell thing on the house. She goes insane but she kind of loses the plot. The writing is done so well that you kind of feel like you're there actually watching it happen. It's so sweet when Moore comes to take her away for Rhys. Now, Moore is Rhys's cousin, and she is the his third or something to the Night Court. It's very, very complex. I don't know. I lost track of half the things that were going on. Then what I didn't like was, is it Ianth? I can't pronounce some of the names. The High Ladies or something. She's basically been told to keep Feyre quiet and to keep her doing all the party planning and the dresses for the wedding, and she's a conniving little bitch. I didn't like the way that they all expected Feyre just to not speak out and just do what she's told. If she was human, I could probably understand it, because let's face it, she's more likely to get killed. But she's not human anymore. She keeps saying that she has a human heart or a human soul, and I'm like, how is that even possible? You've just been turned immortal. Well, another thing I didn't like, these are little tiny things really. I mean, I did rate the book 4 out of 5 stars, so I can't have hated it at all. Another thing I didn't like was the constant use of the word mate. It's completely ruined it for me now. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to say the word mate again, because mate in the UK and most places means friend. You know, you're my mate, you know. But not in this context. You find out that Feyre is Rhys's mate, and that's all fine, you know. He explains it's probably to do with the beasts they were back in the old days and all that, but it's used all the time. It's my mate did this and my mate did that, and I'm just so did you mean friend mate? I mean, and there's this funny scene near the end where it's so like Jacob and Renee's Mano Breaking Dawn, how he like sees the baby and suddenly it's like imprinted, like bam. Where Lucian is protecting Elaine, one of Farah's sisters, and he whispers, "You're my mate," or "She's my mate." I can't remember which it was, and it was just like, I'm done. I am so done with this book. I can't even read it. It was so close to the end. I thought, why did you have to ruin it for me? It was so cheesy. Another phrase that really bugged me was like, and we made love and he made love, and that is another cheesy line. And I know it's just so petty now, but it was, I basically made it to like that much of the last part of the book, and I was just, oh, I need this to be over because these phrases are pissing me off. And to me, it was mostly Tamlin, like his force for the way he was treating Farah, not just when she was with him, but when she'd gone to Reese because of him basically blocking her from leaving the house. And he was so intent on bringing Farah back, as if Reese had messed with her mind and just made it so that she didn't want to leave him, didn't want to go back, when really he couldn't seem to see that, wait a minute, maybe his actions had made it so that she didn't want to go back. Was she his mate as well? Like, it was just, because why was he behaving so brutishly and so obnoxious to think that after all he'd done that she would want to go back to him? Oh god, most of it I liked, to be honest. There's not really any specific moments that well, there were a couple of moments that made me go, oh, and I really liked when Reese and Farah are on the rooftop during the Starlight event thing, and they're on the roof and he's watching it all, and she's like, dance with me, and having a heart to heart, and I'm like, oh, you made me go. I prefer those moments to the graphic sex scenes. What amused me was the sticker on, well, originally it said, well, not suitable for younger readers, but it's in the YA section, and this is clearly not a young adult book, because I'm way older than a young adult, but it made me, I skipped a lot of the sex scenes. But yeah, I didn't really like those. My favourite characters are probably Moore and Amryn. Those are two, they have a sense of humour and they're fierce and they can kick ass, and they're not dull, they're not bitchy, they're just straightforward kick-ass women, and I really liked that. I also liked Cassian, and I liked all of them really. There was no character, when Tamlin was out of the picture, there was no one I really didn't like, I suppose, except for the Highburn King guy, who is like just so obnoxious, and he's the whole trying to get to the cauldron thing in the end. I kept on picturing this tiny little ball thing, like in the witches, like double, toil and trouble. That's what I pictured, not this big ass bathtub of a cauldron. You knew something was going to happen. It wasn't going to be anywhere near as simple as you go up to the cauldron, you touch it, you tell the spell, and it's poof, done. You knew something was going to happen, and it still made me, and I just love how the twist, I loved how everything went around, and how suddenly, like, Farah's got control of her powers and she does this whole day thing, and then she pretends to get through the spell that, I mean, I don't understand how Reese could have kept up the charade of twisting her mind if he was supposed to have done that. And how stupid Tamlin and Lucian were to think that she would, with her powers that he knew she had, that she would put up with having her mind twisted. Oh, what I did like was how she pretended to have broken whatever spell Reese had put on her, and then go back to Tamlin, and it's like, oh my god, you just did a 180, and he's so stupid to believe that she means it. I love how Lucian, though, realises, or suspicious, that she's actually lying, and you're just like, dude, I liked the action. There was lots of it, lots of fighting, and it wasn't boring action. Like, I didn't find myself getting like, when is this going to be over? Because some books have like fighting and action scenes, and I'm just done. I'm over it. It's not interesting me. It's too long and dragged out. But the description and way it was done wasn't. I didn't feel that way, and I felt like I was in the moment, like I was actually there watching it. I had a feeling when they told the Mortal Queens about Felorys. I knew that they told the Mortal Queens about Felorys and how it's so secret. You knew something was going to happen, and it was one of those things where you knew something was going to happen, but you didn't know what. So it didn't feel like a whole, oh, I predicted that was going to happen kind of thing. That makes sense. When they went to the summer court and with Tarquin, she's trying to make Rhys jealous. They're trying to find the one part of the book, but they said it was a book, but it wasn't. It was stone. It reminded me of in like Supernatural, where you've got the angel tablet and the demon tablet. I like the back and forth between Cassian and Azriel and Rhys, and how they were like brothers, and just like, and they mess around and have a laugh, and it felt so family like and friendly. And there was no pressure to do anything. Rhys would let Feyre do what she wanted, well, within reason. He trusted her and she trusted him in the end, and it was just so sweet. And I need book 3, because I know the thing is, I'm also dreading book 3 because she's gone back to Tamlin to spy, and I'm just a bit wary. I don't like Tamlin. I don't like him at all. I didn't like what happened to her sisters. I'm really hoping that Nesta and Elaine fight back. The fact that Rhys and Feyre did the whole ceremony thing in private and you didn't know about it until afterwards. I was hoping they would have a wedding though, and that she would be his wife and not just the High Lady of the Night Court or whatever it is. To that scene where they're in the Court of Nightmares and Rhys is on the throne, Feyre's his whore, and she sits on his lap and is like, shit's going real. So many moments that and I'm just really glad I read it. I loved her powers and how different they all were. She could do the water animals and stuff. I thought that was really cute. The character development in this book was so intense and so great. Honestly, it's one of the best I've read in ages, and I would have rated it 5 stars if it hadn't been for those few things that bugged me. I mean, ultimately the Tamlin thing was more of a character thing, not like irritating, not enough to make me rate it any less, but those few things, those few phrases that really just bugged me. I was going fine, like I said, until I got to the last bit, and it was just happening all the time. Like, no, too many times, thanks. But damn, does Sarah J Maas know how to write a sex scene. I'm not saying I skipped all of them, I'm just saying she knows how to write them. I don't like the wings. I don't like the, is it the Illyrian wings? Also, I could quite well understand why she got so mad that Rhys didn't tell her about her being his mate. Because it sounds creepy. You're my mate. I'm like, ew, what does that entail exactly? It was nice to have her painting again and just feeling life. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say, because I mean, I'm sure I've said a lot anyway. I'm not usually good at these reviews, so forgive me if I rambled on too much or if I really just said everything and it didn't make sense. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below if you've read the book and you liked it or you didn't like it, etc, etc. And I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye!